delighted to our weekly roundup. This is the Sseninde team, and we are here to give you an update on what's been taking place in our weekly of the month of September. My name is Priscilla Naloga, and so delighted to have you with us this afternoon. Sseninde United Limited. Our aim, our mission is to actually create global opportunities and services for our clients both on field and off field. I do have Coach Ronald here, and I also do have Coach Sseninde here that are standing with me. We decided that their department really needs to do these partnerships to be able to develop Sseninde United and what our objectives are. So we want to hear the reason why we are here and the advantages, the achievements that we're taking away from here. So I will start with you, Ronald. How are you?
I'm fine, how are you?
Very good. So Ronald, tell us about the importance of having come to this place.
The importance of coming to this place was to strengthen our working relationship with Uganda Football Association, and still to also know the exact location. Since we are members of the team. Number two, was also to showcase our existence as in Sseninde. Since we've been in paper, but now we wanted them to know us physically.
We are humbled for your visit. This is the home of Uganda Youth Football Association, and Uganda Youth Football Association, with an acronym UIFA, is a member of FUFA among the 34 members. FUFA has 34 members, and among the 34 members we have the special interest groups. So basically UIFA deals with academies and youth football. When you talk about youth football, we are talking about boys and girls between 6 to 18 years. Unfortunately, in Uganda, people have a perception that youth football is boys. So I want to make it clear that youth football, we are talking about both boys and girls. We are more delighted to see a group from the Sseninde Academy, and they are here to implement girls football in Uganda. We cannot take that for granted. We are very optimistic that soon the dream is coming to reality.
We are the Sseninde United team. We requested for this visit so as we meet people and intentionally be able to ensure that we work hand in hand to promote youth football and women football particularly in the country.
Allow me to inform you, Chairman, that Sseninde Academy sought for registration from the Uganda Youth Football Association, and they were among the 2021 AGM applicants who were fully admitted by the General Assembly. I want to congratulate you, Sseninde, for having reached that milestone. It's not an easy milestone that even some academies were not admitted. Some were advised to amend and others were advised to change names. I want to say that the founder of Sseninde Academy had a good dream, and a good dream is meant to be implemented by people who are running the programs. For us at the Uganda Youth Football Association, we have a vision of increasing the number of young children playing organized and quieter football throughout Uganda. To fulfill the vision, it's a combined effort between us and the academies to organize, and then we participate through the organized events and training sessions, going the other way around. So our appeal is, let us go back as we go back to our grounds, as we go back to our home of the gene. We make sure that the activities that we are doing are to fulfill the vision of increasing the number of young children playing organized and quite football in Uganda. Allow me invite Chairman, President to give the remarks. Thank you so much.
My name is Farouk Chigongo, and I'm the second Vice Chairperson of the Uganda Youth Football Association, standing in for our Chairperson, Mr. Tuwanuka Roberts, who has got an engagement this morning. First and foremost, I want to send warm greetings from the Chairman and the entire Executive to the Sseninde United. Greetings to you from the Chairman and the Executive. Secondly, I also want to add my voice on that of the CEO to congratulate you upon becoming full members of the Uganda Youth Football Association. Congratulations, Sseninde United. Members from the team, you're welcome to UFA, and your coming here has really opened up a great working relationship between the Uganda Youth Football Association and the Sseninde United. And we really appreciate your being here. This one we cannot take it for granted. Thank you so much for paying a visit to our association, and we are really looking forward to working with you. Dear members, FUFA says we want to become the #1 football nation on and off the pitch in Africa. That we cannot become #1 when we don't have people like Sseninde who are helping us. FUFA cannot reach everywhere. That you people who have reached the community, you're really doing a great job, and we appreciate you. That our request is one, let us move together. Okay? If we move together, that implies that football can develop. When you move the other side, UFA is moving the other side, FUFA is moving the other side, we cannot develop and we cannot fulfill the vision and mission of the foundation. I also want to appreciate you for empowering women. So please, what you are doing, we appreciate you, that you are helping FUFA to fulfill its vision and mission.
I'm very happy because this is not the first time to watch your programs and been following you people. You are doing a great work. And also welcome you in the house. Because youth football is the only area which we're supposed to improve all of us so that we get the good teams to represent our nation, Uganda. And UYFA, on my behalf and UYFA, we shall work hand in hand to facilitate and to support the vision of the UYFA and the mission, and also to the vision and the mission of our mother body, FUFA. I'm very happy for seeing you people visiting us. I think in the near future, we are going to have a strong team between two of us. This working relationship, I don't want to end up here. I will request you to continue doing these activities in order to help each other.
I would want to inform you that on the 10th of July 2021, Sseninde United Academy were fully admitted as members of the Uganda Youth Football Association through the right protocol of membership. Allow me to inform you that on that day, they were obligated to receive a certificate of registration in the names of Sseninde United Academy in the region of Uganda, in the district of Wakiso, in the year 2021 as year of establishment. Am I talking right? Okay. Dear representative of GIN, allow me hand over this certificate to the chairman, and then you receive the certificate on behalf of the Sseninde.
Thank you very much, Chief. By the virtue of powers entrusted to me, UFA hereby officially admits Sseninde United Academy as a member of the Uganda Youth Football Association.
small token for you as a team. Remember us all the time and always. Thank you for whatever you do. So as a team, I have this small token for you. You want to thank me for whatever you do.
Our visit to Uganda Youth Football Association has been very amazing. Moso absolutely successful. Now we want to find out from Coach Shamim, what do we take away from here? That I understand we are now certified to do some certain things with Sseninde United, and so tell us about that and what more we are benefiting from this relationship.
Actually, we've been able to receive our certificate from the Uganda Youth Football Association, and our relationship now is strong. We are one now. UYFL and Sseninde United, we are now one. So together, we will work hand in hand to ensure that we promote women football in the country. Yeah.
Alright, so with the certificate that we've gotten, what are we now able to physically do?
Actually, now we can be able to start our training and start playing our football. We are now members, so nothing can stop
Alright,
us.
so according to the plan, when does this actually begin?
It will begin next year, 2022 in January.
Okay, all right. So you can see we've done the groundwork. We're continuing to do the boot work all through the rest of this year, strengthening our partnerships, because our aim, as I had said earlier, is to create global opportunities. But we can't create global if we are not in partnership, in relationship with those that are here managing and also administrating football in Uganda. Sseninde United Weekly Roundup does continue.
Okay, first and foremost, we would want to say that we are delighted for this visit, and it's one of a kind that we've not had this before. Since our establishment, we want to say thank you, Sseninde, for this initiative, and it's a cop leaf to other members. We believe that once we create a working relationship with our stakeholders, we shall realize our vision. So our vision, to be enriched, we shall work with members like Sseninde. I want to say thank you so much for this visit, and we don't take it for granted.
Amanya gange nze Farouk Kigongo, Vice Chairman wa Uganda Youth Football Association. Olwayo tubadde basanyufu nnyo okukyaza aba Sseninde United abavuddeyo okulaba nti bayambako FUFA ne UYFA okututumula omuzannyo gw'omupiira gw'ebigere nga gw'abaana bawala. Twesimye okubakyaza olwaleero era tubalinamu essuubi nti kino kye bakoze bayambako ebibiina byaffe okulaba nti tutandika omuzannyo guno. Si muzannyo mwangu okutandika mu baana abawala, babayambako okulaba nti tukutandika. Twagala mu maaso awo tulabe nti Uganda ffe bamu ku ggwanga erisinga okusamba omupiira mu Africa okutwaliza wamu. N'ekintu tusobola kikola nga tetulina bantu nga bano abavuddeyo bannaffe ku boodi. So tuli ready, tugenda kubayambako kyonna kye tusobola okulaba nti bateekawo enkola eno tulabe nti abaana baffe basobola okuzannya omupiira n'okulaba nti twongera okuzimba ttiimu z'eggwanga ez'abaana bawala nga z'amaanyi era esobola okuvuganya.
Sseninde United, objectively, we are after 5 things. 1, we're looking at the academy. 2, we're looking at the senior women's team. We do have the agency, the consultancy, and our events management team. But for this particular cause, we are building and strengthening our arm of the academy and the senior team that are yet to actually open up. And one of the ways that we thought best to do it is actually coming up with a continuous professional development program that helps every single stakeholder to be able to optimally do the best that they can do as far as enabling the girl child, the ladies, the women in playing football. So last month we had a CPD and was successful. 60 coaches signed up, and that is awesome. This year, this time around, we are also calling upon you to still sign up. We do have another continuous professional development program running on the 30th of September. It will be handled by Sally Needham, who's an English FA MMA instructor, and she's going to be talking to us about effective training sessions, how to plan for them, and what constitutes effective training sessions. So if you want to be a part of these training sessions, you can simply call us on 0740-212121, and we'll be able to give you the sign up details or registration details, or better still, you can also send us an email at admin@jinsenindeunitedltd.com, and we will be giving you a response in less than 24 hours. We want you to be the best. As a coach, we need you to be the best, because we are aiming for professionalism in this country, so that our girls can be able to be marketable across Africa, across Europe, across Asia, and anywhere else that they can spread their wings. As long as they have gone through the academy, as long as they've gone through the senior team, that is our commitment in the next few years. Also, this causes me to remind you, you have to sign up that girl, sign up that lady, sign up your niece, sign up everybody that you know. By the way, just so you know, this is not only for those that have shown interest in playing football. No, even those who think they don't have interest in playing football, you'll be shocked at what an interaction with girls playing football can turn them into, and perhaps they could be the Sseninde of tomorrow. It's all about giving them the opportunity, present them the opportunity, and you can do that by signing up on our academy. So you can go to our website, which is www.jinsenindeunitedltd, and then get to register that little girl. We do have the under 10s team that is waiting for you to sign up. If you do have a child under 15, they can also sign up. Who says an under 17 can also not sign up? Oh yes, they still can have an opportunity to play football. So under 10, under 15, and under 17s, we are ready to receive them. Go onto our website, www.jinsenindeunitedltd.com, and find out the registration form is online. Get to sign them up, and voila, we will be happy to receive them. Also, we're calling upon you to be a member. If you cannot sign up the child, you can be a member, be a part of our cause. I know so many of my friends who are kept saying, oh, how can I support? Well, it's very simple to support the cause. You can be a lifetime member by joining the Sseninde United membership, which you can still find an online registration form, and you can get to register. You can also be a one-time member, or you can be a monthly member. Monthly membership is for a very minimum fee of 5,000 shillings onwards. Doesn't mean that you only pay 5,000 shillings, but 5,000 is the bare minimum. You can pay 10, you can pay 200, 1 million. It's entirely up to you. You can also be a yearly or annual member by subscribing to our annual membership, which still gives you 60,000 plus, according to your heart. What we want to do is for you to help us drive this mission to the communities. Again, we're looking at the whole of Uganda, northern Uganda, western Uganda, eastern Uganda, southern Uganda, but also within the central region. We're looking at all these communities to empower them to be able to develop the children as far as sports, especially football, is concerned. So Grace and I have been tasked to find strategies on how we can mobilize communities. Trust you me, we have scratched our heads. Yeah, and strategies we have come up with are not so bad, but we thought, why not go and look for people who actually have used strategies over a long period of time, adapt those into Sseninde United, and perhaps be able to extend our vision and our mission better. So Grace decided to drag me to a certain place where we stand right now. Grace, where are we?
Yes, right now we are at the NRM headquarters, just on the road, and we have come here to meet Honorable Rosemary Sseninde and Subuga, the national mobilizer, on a mission to try to interact with her and try to learn from her how we can grow the different regions.
Okay, all right. So our mission is very simple: to have a knowledge exchange program with the Honorable. She's a national mobilizer. So what we want to do is national. So imagine like-mindedness meeting like-mindedness, and together we get to push the vision and the mission of Sseninde United. So allow us to go and find her. As for the Sseninde United, we are so happy to be with you. Thank you so much for the social media numbers that are growing rapidly every single day. If it's not for you, you're the ones who make us a community. Indeed, hashtag together we shine. Now, speaking of together shining, we do have our founder, that is Sseninde, who has been the brains majorly behind everything that you have been seeing about the Red Ants, about the academy, about the upcoming projects that we are handling currently in the month of September. But we want to know where it all started from. Now, we heard her version of how it started in school, but you see, how did she come to be? And the environment that allowed her to prosper, to be the icon that every girl child in Uganda looks up to, because she has played football to the professional level up to the UK. And so this day I decided to kwekaza and drive myself, go and say I am here to see Mama Jean. Yeah, I had to pull out national IDs, signatures, sanitizer, manual PRP test, everything. But I managed to find her, and she has made time to be with us here on our JSU update. So, ladies and gentlemen, here she is, Mama Jean Sseninde United. She is officially known as Rosemary Nansuruga Sseninde. She is an educator, but also a politician. You have known her formerly to be Kisoman MP. You have known her to be a state minister for primary education, but that's another capacity. She's a mother. She has raised 7 children while doing all that. Indeed, she's the right person to talk to. Hello, Mommy.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. First of all, I like the haircut.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, thank you so much for making the time to meet us. Yes. So we want to know more about the role of parents and the role that they actually play in raising the girl child, more so in enabling them to meet their gifts and their talents. I know that there's so many girls that we have interacted as Jean Sseninde United with, and they have the talent of sports. But we have faced a challenge of how do you convince a parent to be a part of this child's gift, and also, raise and empower this child in their gift, most especially the girl child. So let's start with Jean Sseninde. How far back do you remember her having interest in sports?
Okay, first of all, I would like to thank God for the gift of children, because for any parent, it is children are gifts. And because they are gifts, sometimes parents don't know how to handle these gifts. Some parents tend to, love the children beyond what I would call beyond love. Because when I say beyond love, it's like parents love the children and forget that they have a big role to play in terms of nurturing the child to be an upright, to be a well-behaved child, and to even try to appreciate their talents, or even help them to know that, yes, my child can be able to do this. So I want to thank God that as a mother to Jean Sseninde, I tried to understand what my children wanted or were engaging in right from childhood. When Jean was a child, she used to love playing, kicking balls, She would love playing with her siblings, the boys, more than the girls.
How many boys do you have?
As a mother, I have 2 boys, but of course I had other boys that I was nurturing. So Jean used to play with her siblings, the boys, more than the girls. So I didn't at first mind about it, but I tried to observe her, and most of the time she would kick balls, playing balls with her with her brothers, and whenever she would find something else, even if it's not a ball, she would kick, all the time kicking. And I was concerned. As she was growing up in school, her major game was football. She would always engage in playing football, kicking balls, even when they took her to play netball, she would put the ball down to kick it. So I got concerned. I said, but my child must not play football, because football is a game for the boys. So I used to look at it that way. And I know there are so many other parents who could have been like me during that time. Many parents don't appreciate their children to do things that are more masculine thinking that maybe because this is a girl, she must do or engage in games or things that are more feminine. But I want to thank God that later on, when I took her to school and the teachers realized that this girl was more interested in football, they actually helped her to continue with football. And when they told me, I said, but my child is a girl, she must not play football. And actually one teacher tried to speak to me. She told me, mother, you must know that if this is what the girl is interested in, give her a chance. So indeed I gave her the chance. And as she went on, I realized she was very, very passionate about football. And as a girl, I decided to support her. And in supporting her, I've seen Jean becoming a different person. She has been so passionate about female football. She has been helping other children. She has been able to help other girls to appreciate and also be able to realize the kind of talents they have. I know she has held so many games, female football, that has enabled many young girls to be exposed, and these girls have gotten opportunities. Some have been given scholarships, others have gone to the United States, and to me I think that is a great gesture because it has added value to other girls who had no hope and who didn't know they can also be somebody or can be important in their own lives. She has done it. She is encouraging many other young girls, and I want to encourage my fellow parents that the time is yesterday. We need to learn to appreciate our children, but also to be able to check out what they can be able to do, because appreciating and observing them can help you as a parent to know the kind of talent your child holds or has. And if we keep supporting our children, they may become very important children or important people, not only for their lives but also for us, because Jean makes me a very proud mother. When I see my child becoming an international figure, I feel very proud. I've seen Jean attending conferences and presenting papers. I've seen Jean writing, concepts, and she's a consultant. She's a consultant in women football, and I've seen how she's promoting football in other countries. She has promoted football in South Sudan. I understand now she's going to promote football in Lesotho. So I think this is a great thing. I'm very proud of her, and I want to thank God for her because she's a gift, not to us as a parent, or to me as a parent, or to us as parents, but she's a gift to other girls, to other young girls, and to the country.
Yeah, when you speak about gifts, you actually help me realize that from a parent's point of view, you started with still mentioning the gift, and it has brought me to the realization that as parents, these are gifts, but these gifts are to serve the community. These gifts are to serve the world, not limited to the family setting that we're in. But you also did mention something that caused me to ask about stereotypes. We are in an African setting whereby there's a lot of gender segregation in terms of the boys do this, the girls are limited to this. The girls be in the kitchen, the boys be in the front, and it is really stretching down to football and any other sport, but majorly we're still struggling with it in terms of football. So as a parent, how did you actually overcome the stereotype to allow her to be who God wanted her to be?
At one time we need to appreciate that the world is changing. The way things were in the past is not probably how they are today, and it's not how they are going to be tomorrow. So we need to appreciate to move with the changing world, and we need to appreciate that when things change, we have to change with the changing environment. So if I realize that now, when you look at what's happening globally, you realize that female are playing football and they are benefiting. They are not only benefiting for themselves or their families, but they are giving back to their countries. So if that is what is happening elsewhere, I think we need also to appreciate that this stereotyping is not going to help us move. And we want to develop. We have realized that talents are also adding a lot of development to our country. When we look at what the sports people are contributing to the economy, when you look at how the musicians are contributing to the economy, then we need to appreciate as parents that we have to support our children to also add a brick to the development of their country and to the development of our country. So I want to also add that Jean, as a child, I've taught her and I've told all my children that in life we must strive using our talents. We must strive to change and give value to other people. Make them smile. How do you make people smile? For example, Jean has made so many young girls smile because of helping them to appreciate. Because of making them change and learn and appreciate their talents, it has enabled them to be able to earn a living through their talents. And because of that, many of them have even managed to continue with their education because of that talent. So she has helped these children to appreciate who they are and what they can benefit. So in other words, she has added value to their well-being. So I have taught my children that, and every parent must teach their children to know and appreciate how to make others smile, or how to add value to them, or how they can also be able to identify themselves.
Value addition is indeed key, and one of the things that parents should adopt, especially if your girl child is interested in sports. The other thing I want to tackle is women. As women, we have also kept ourselves in certain stereo boxes. And in that regard, as a mother, you kept mentioning that, no, my girl cannot play sports. The teachers try to convince you otherwise, but you still, your mindset was glued to that stereotype of my girl, us girls, to mean that at the time and era, girls were not allowed to do certain things. Now, in all honesty, we have been doing community outreaches, trying to invite children to be a part of the Sseninde United Red Ants Academy. And one of the challenges we're finding with women, mothers, aunties, guardians, really being the roadblocks to the potential success, development, and growth of their children, especially for the girl child. What is, having gone through that stage and the results that you speak so proudly of today, what would be your word of advice to that particular woman carrying that umbrella guardianship of a girl child?
Okay, first of all, I think it is important for all of us leaders and parents who have been able to appreciate the good of remembering that stereotyping is not going to help us and to help our children. I think we need to get out of the box and be able to tell the world and to mobilize and sensitize our other parents to also appreciate that they need to get out of that cocoon and be able to move and help our children. The teachers helped me appreciate that, and I saw it. I have managed to help my child. I have encouraged her. I have supported her. So I think now the onus is upon us, me inclusive, to ensure that we get out and be able to sensitize fellow parents, fellow women, to appreciate that it's no longer about women doing this. It's about us doing it. Men and women are able to do everything. We have seen women excelling so many things that could be particularly.
If you look at the politics,
When you look at the politics today,
Yeah.
I want to appreciate His Excellency the President. Many of our leaders now are female. So, and you see the impact they are adding to the country. Yeah. So I think we need, we need to break the ceiling. We have to break the ceiling. And for me, I want to encourage my fellow women to appreciate that when we are nurturing children, be it a girl or a boy, we have to help our girl children. We have to break the ceiling and make our children appreciate that both the girls and boys can do very well. And we support all of them in whichever one or whichever field they engage in, be it sports, be it the music industry, be it academics, whatever it is, be it business. We must encourage our girl children. because they can add a lot of value to the development of our country.
Okay. So the girl child is also equally faced with other challenges in the community setting. One of them, I mean, schools are not open right now. So early childhood pregnancies have become a very, very big problem. You do have early marriages for children has also become rampant in different districts and communities in the country. And as a mobilizer on a national level, how would you recommend that through sports some of these things can actually be addressed and also given solution to?
Well, it's very unfortunate that we are under a COVID situation which has affected the entire globe. But sincerely, I think we parents have a big role to play. I know schools are closed, but as a parent or as parents, we have a big role to play in helping to protect, counsel, and support our children. Because some of these children engage in this early sex and eventually get early pregnancies, get involved in early marriages, and at the end of the day you realize some parents are even involved. And when a child has been sexually assaulted, and the parent now decides to go behind the curtain to negotiate with the person who has done that problem, to me, I think now the problem is with the parents. So I think the time has come for us parents to realize and play our role. The role of a parent is not to leave it to the government, because some parents are saying now the government has closed schools. It is the government's mistake that our children are becoming pregnant and getting involved in early marriages. But parents must not forget that this has been a global problem. It's not a Ugandan problem. It has been a global problem, and protecting our children is not a sole responsibility of government. It is a shared role. The parents must play their part. So if we don't counsel our children to know that when you go to engage with another, a boyfriend or whatever, if you indulge in early sex, if we don't teach our children what the effects, then our children will get those problems. So I think we have a big role to play as parents. Now, as far as using sports to protect our children, I want to appreciate Sseninde United for the work well done and the involvement they have engaged in with the communities to ensure that they teach the parents, they sensitize the parents and the children, especially the girl child, to appreciate that through sports they can be made busy. But not only making them busy, but also teaching them to develop the skill and the talent. And at the end of the day, it protects them from wasting time and getting involved in wrongdoings that can lead them to problems. So I want to thank Sseninde and of course encourage our parents, encourage even other well-wishers of sports to ensure that we continue adding our voices to sensitize the communities and our children.
Okay. All right. So, in off script, what is Jean's favorite color?
I think Jean's favorite color is green and red. I think those are her colors, green and red. I want to appreciate Sseninde United for the work well done and the involvement they have engaged in with the communities to ensure that they teach the parents, they sensitize the parents and the children, especially the girl child, to appreciate that through sports they can be made busy. But not only making them busy, but also teaching them to develop the skill and the talent. And at the end of the day, it protects them from wasting time and getting involved in wrongdoings that can lead them to problems. So I want to thank Sseninde and of course encourage our parents, encourage even other well-wishers of sports to ensure that we continue adding our voices to sensitize the communities and our children.
Okay. Well, you've heard it from Honorable Rose Sseninde, and it's been an honor talking to her. Through her, we've actually understood that there's a stereotype that we have to break in our communities and settings to be able to allow the girl child to thrive through the sports. We have seen Chevtai bringing gold home, the first woman to bring gold home,
ever since the inception of Olympics and ever since Team Uganda started participating in Olympics. Now is the time we change that narrative that women in sports can actually bring home the gold, they can bring home the medals, but also they can be the pride of this country. After all, we are in the national offices. But more so to the grassroots, it causes them to live better lives because you educate a child through sports. They get to learn disciplines that they may not have learned through the school setting. They get to have knowledge that they can apply later on in life, even when they're done with sports. Now, like Jean Sseninde, she's actively not in sports right now, but look at what she's doing and look at how she's transforming not just communities, but Uganda, South Sudan, and Lesotho soon to come. So partner with Jean Sseninde United. Join the force, join the community, and together as red ants, we can actually walk this mile and achieve development of football on a professional margin. Also to have a conversation here with us is Mr. Mobiru Grace, who is our Jean Sseninde United coordinator. And since it's coordinator to coordinator, we would like to also have him interact with the national mobilizer for the NRM Secretariat here this afternoon as we continue to understand how better can we skill ourselves, because we as Jean Sseninde United, we are trying to partner with like-minded people, like-minded entities, organizations, so that we can get knowledge, wisdom, understanding to do it better. And that is one of our missions this month of September. So welcome Grace Mobiru, who is our mobilizer.
Thank you.
How
You can take off your mask.
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Good.
Back with you. It's such an honor. And also we thank you for grooming our director. She's a really nice person. And we are also nice to her and trying to work together to see that we achieve our vision and mission. So as a mobilizer and coordinator, I would love to really partner with people like you. One, to learn, and two, to help us grow as well. So we are here and to really try to understand, as an experienced and mobilizer with a big party, we need to know how should we best reach the community. Like you have talked about the stereotypes, we want to see how can we break the stereotypes, because we have had our own version or our own strategy, but we would like to really know from you that how do you do it here, what should you copy, and what should we expect, so that when we add it to ours, we can be able to really come up with the best strategy so that we can reach the communities and really have the goal achievable within the time.
Mine is about mobilizing for, politically. Yours is about mobilizing for sports. Like I've already said, it may not be too different, because I may use sports as my mobilization strategy. But I want to say that maybe one of the strategies that we may employ in the Jean Sseninde United is to, first of all, mobilize through the youth leaders. I think it is very important that you get connected. We can connect you to the youth leaders because we can start with them. Because of course, mobilizing the youth may be easier, especially for sports issues. So we can connect you to the youth leaders. We have the NRM youth leaders, we have their youth leagues, we have the NRM, the youth councils, and we have connections with all those youth leaders. So we can connect you to those youth so you can be able to engage them, and then we draw strategies with them. Because one thing I have learned, it's not easy to simply just bring something to people without involving them. Because when you involve them and they give their own ideas, then the mobilization becomes successful because they feel part and parcel of the decisions or the strategies you are laying. So I think that is very important. We should be able to connect you to those youth leaders so that it can give us the best.
You know what we are after in the next 5 years, and through the vision and our mission, what are the expectations of communities such as the Jean Sseninde United in building this country in the next 5 years?
Well, according to what I know and what I see and what I think, Jean Sseninde is looking forward to ensuring that the Jean Sseninde Academy thrives and supports and helps give the skills to the young girls. And I think in the next 5 years, I believe and I pray that God helps to have this dream come true. But of course, she's also in supporting and helping various organizations in, writing for them strategies. She's in helping to establish many things which I may not be able to enumerate, but I know she's so passionate in coming up with so many things that surround the issue of women football.
Okay.
So, and of course, mobilizing and sensitizing, that is very vital.
Which is the reason why
It is the reason we're here, mobilizing and sensitizing. Yes. So now, being the director in charge of mobilization, recruitment and cadre development at the NRM Secretariat, I think it is also an opportunity that maybe I will always share with the Sseninde United on the kind of skills in mobilizing, because as we are mobilizing for politics, we need to also mobilize for sports.
Because sports has proved itself.
And by the way, I must
especially COVID,
Yes.
the Joshua Chapter Games,
Of
flown the
course.
flag, the
And you
national
see
teams have
the
done
way
well.
they have made Uganda. They
Yes.
have put
They
Uganda's
have put
flag.
the flag up
Yes.
there.
So I want to also assure you that much as we are mobilizing for politics, we also want to use sports as our mobilization strategy. In fact, I think I will partner with Sseninde United. I will partner with Sseninde United to help us in mobilization through sports, because we want to involve the young people. Play football. Not only girls, but also the boys play football, and we mobilize them. We mobilize them to support the NRM party, because that is where I belong, and I'm a mobilizer for NRM. So we want to also use football as a mobilization strategy.
Is the Safety Corner once again. Every single week, as Sseninde United, our commitment is to actually focus on something that affects the community, especially the girl child. And in our Safety Corner this week, we are dealing with HIV and AIDS. Josephine is here to talk to us about Safety Corner dealing with HIV/AIDS. Josephine, in this particular week, with the online sensitization that you have been doing, what has it been like? Why HIV/AIDS in the past week?
Oh, hi everyone, and this is Josephine. So this week we are looking at HIV/AIDS, and we are telling the young people that HIV is real, and despite the fact that everyone has forgotten about the other diseases, we are concentrating so much on coronavirus.
Yes, and medicine for corona, vaccines
for corona,
equipment for corona.
So
Yeah,
everyone has forgotten about the other diseases, and we are here to remind you that HIV is real and it is killing very many young people like us, younger than us, and sometimes we have to get back to our nerves and say, yeah, we have to fight against
HIV/AIDS.
Yeah. And some of the things that we usually forget is when we have sex and it's unprotected, remember, you're always catching HIV. You do not know this partner's status. Trust me, you're catching HIV. If you forgot the condom at home, you fail to go to the shop to buy a condom, you're there. And the next day you're telling us, I'm HIV positive. And those that are HIV positive, please, let's take our medicine. Let's adhere to the medicine.
ARVs and
Yes.
treatment, yes.
And those of us that are just, you're not sure of your status, please get to know your status.
So let me tell
Sometimes
you a
I used to
story.
say, I know my
One
status.
time I was, my body was just not with me, right? So I go to the doctor, and then they tell me, so you have to take this test. Have you ever taken an HIV test? I said, yeah. Okay, you need to take another one, just in case. I said, but doctor, really, I've not been, active. So there's no need for just in case. Like, no, you never know.
You never know. Just know your status.
Trust me, I was very nervous. Even though I knew there was nothing they were going to find. But yeah, so the trauma of testing is actually there. But how would you encourage someone to actually go for testing?
When you go for testing, there is usually a counselor who takes you through the process. Because AIDS kills, but at the moment we are saying ARVs help you to live longer than ever. So we are saying go and test. the cancer would, in Uganda you say ajja kubudabuda, like they will look after you, will give you the result safely, and you have to adhere to the medicine and be.
Also, there's the stigma that comes with a person when they have HIV/AIDS. They're somehow not appreciated in the community. They're segregated. How can family, friends of people who have contracted HIV/AIDS help not bring stigmatization to those people?
One, we should try so much to see that we have empathy for these people, because you cannot contract HIV by just leaning against me. No. Trust me, you need to show them the love, you need to encourage them, you need to love them so that they have this and say their family is looking after me. And then the mere fact that the stigma, if you're stigmatizing someone with HIV, you're so backward. That era, we left it long ago. We are in the 21st century. So if you're stigmatizing someone, you're really, really bad. But we need to give them love, care, so that we live longer.
Love and care is our statement from us to you. If you are living a positive life with HIV and AIDS, it's not the end, it's just the beginning. As long as you do the treatment, you will live a long and satisfactory life. So from Sseninde United, we want to leave you with hope in that regard, knowing that God who started a good and amazing work in you, not even HIV/AIDS, can bring it to an end. Well, it's been an awesome, fantastic week. Thank you so much for having continued with us all week long, 7 days, the entire week. As Sseninde United, we continue to strive for the best. Hashtag together, we are choosing to shine with the partnerships that we are creating. Thank you so much to Uganda Football Youth Association. You have done us humbly proud, and we're so happy to now be partnered with you. Now, the next journey is for you to partner with us by buying merchandise. Yes, we do have tees that are on market, 25,000 shillings. We have the hoodies that are available at 55,000 shillings. The caps are available to you at 20,000 shillings, and the mug is going for 40,000 shillings. Check out more of our merchandise on our website, www.ssenindehunitedltd.com. But also, thank you so much, our fans club. Thank you so much for having followed us and our events and what we are all about at Sseninde United. We are counting 5,000 plus across Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube. We cannot do this without you, our fans. So continue to let your friend subscribe, tell your neighbor to subscribe, tell all your classmates to subscribe, your WhatsApp group to subscribe, because we want this message to go out to the ends of the world. But continue to follow up on our activities at Sseninde United. Every single day we give you an update. And so on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, as well as YouTube, just type in Sseninde United and it will give you our pages, and then you can get to interact with the pages. But better still, you can also sign up, become a member. Otherwise, from us to you, it's been an amazing third week, successful and productive week at the Sseninde United. Also, just to remind you that our community drive is still ongoing, so you can call 0740212121 and make your donation, so that when we're going to the communities, we give them something that will bless their lives but also add value to their lives. Well, I trust that we have added value to your life with this weekly roundup. May you have a blessed weekend and into the final band of September. Wow, time is flying. Anyway, allow me to also fly away.